And we have the LA Times, New York Times. They admit that the main contingent of jihadists from all over the Middle East that came to Libya to fight are real al-Qaeda. And a lot of them have bragged in the newspapers that, yes, I've killed Americans in Iraq, but I'm now going to kill Gaddafi. I mean, I saw them chanting that 6 months ago when this conflict first started. Then 4.5 months ago, the UN passed a resolution. Congress said to Obama, you've got to get congressional approval to launch a war. And Obama, the first president in U.S. history, said, I don't need Congress to give me authorization for war. I have the United Nations. And he put out a statement saying, I do this for the credibility of the UN. And that does give it a lot of credibility, that it gives our president orders even when the Congress is complaining. Now, the Congress, of course, is just as traitorous. They shouldn't then just sit there angry that Obama ignored them and the Constitution and began to move the presidency in its office towards a dictatorial system. They should have begun impeachment proceedings immediately. And many constitutional scholars that we've had here on the broadcast have pointed out this is clear, absolute high crime and misdemeanor. Just like the ATF caught shipping guns into Mexico to blame the Second Amendment. High crime, misdemeanor. His attorney general caught perjuring himself to the Congress 3 separate times. High crime and misdemeanor to take campaign contributions from General Electric and others. And then not put the same regulations on them that they put on others, dealing with greenhouse gas taxes and other systems. And the list goes on and on and on, giving his campaign contributors waivers to not be under Obamacare. So now we have the reports that all over Libya they're murdering black people. Now, Libya's always had black people in it. It's North Africa, but it's been predominantly Arab. Even going back to the slave trade, one of the big countries selling slaves there in Tripoli to the merchant ships that came in to the capital city of Tripoli, going back thousands of years. And so there's always been a racist tinge, especially in the east of Libya, against black Libyans. And it was a lot of black Libyans that were part of the military of Gaddafi. And so blacks are being taken out of their houses with no proof, being lined up and shot, and they're in big, giant piles all over Libya. And there's not a word out of the, quote, liberal pro-war media. So a very, very serious situation. There's also evidence that Gaddafi forces at detention centers holding different Western-backed al-Qaeda forces did gun them down and then burn their bodies. So more grisly photos of that. That's why war is so terrible. Serious atrocities on both sides. But I'll be getting more into that. Gaddafi is still hiding out